bathroom now, by the way. So long story short, I picked Madison up with me after I changed them, made sure they were as comfortable as possible. I laid them with me on the couch. Of course, just for a few minutes. I planned to do it because it usually takes just a few more minutes for babies or toddlers, whatever, to fall asleep. If you know them pretty well, like their sleep patterns and everything. Okay, people out there, like you know what I'm talking about. You get it. It's not that fucking hard to understand. Um, but when Mark came out, you know, um, and I'm also say, like I said, he used to go to work like 2, 3 in the morning, so his alarm goes off. Like I said, I was out there like watching a movie, um, trying to stay awake enough, and he would actually take care of my little sibling when time, when that time was to come. So I'm watching a movie, and like at 1:45 to like I said about 2, I heard beep 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 beep. I heard his alarm going off. Obviously he had showered because, like I said, when he came out with Madison, I could smell like the shower gel smell, whatever. Like I said, he seemed set. He seemed ready to go. But after Madison started stirring and waking up, and after I had Madison with me on the couch, I knew, like always, what Madison does is when they hear Mark come out, like open the door, Madison jolts up and they want to look at, Madison wants to look at Mark, watch Mark, and Madison starts to cry and everything, and you know, and then Mark started asking me, like kind of like the usual stuff, basically. Like I get it, like being a parent and being worried and everything. Basically, like so they couldn't go back to sleep, huh? Where's their bottle? I get it, just checking and everything. I got that, and I let them ask questions. I let them check. I was like, okay. Um, they usually do. They like Mark usually does that like for 5 or 8 minutes. I guess before he actually leaves, he messes with Madison. Even though I end up having to basically redo everything that I had started to set up. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause I set it up so Madison can start to go to sleep. Um, you know, but like I said, I let him do his thing. I get it. He's like a worried parent and everything. He wants to. He's doing his way of parenting. I understand that, so I let him do that. Basically, Madison's sitting up, she's whining, and then Mark takes Madison from me. And this is kind of where it all starts, the transphobic stuff. Basically, Mark has Madison, he's rocking Madison back and forth. I was getting ready to say her. Pronouns, I tell you, pronouns just, they're so hard, like they're so tricky, they just slip up. Uh, yeah, he starts rocking Madison back and forth, and he's like, "Where's the bottle?" I'm like, "Okay, here it is." Takes the bottle, and then it's like out of nowhere, he decided to have like this spur of the moment chat with me about pronouns and the transgender community. You know, um, anyway, he's like, "Okay, why do you call?" I'm gonna say his exact word. Why do you call her they? And in my mind, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I wouldn't have had a problem with explaining why. Um, like at any time, I wouldn't have had a problem if I knew that who I was talking to was actually going to, one, give a fuck, and actually, two, grasp and be open enough and actually understand. You know what I'm saying? And that is completely different from number one, like I said, actually giving a fuck. Um, but I knew who I was talking to really didn't. And I don't know why like they came out as grumpy as they did. But anyway, let's just go on from there. Basically it was just really rude and really transphobic, the things they were saying, and you know, and I know people always do this, like if like there's some spat or like some argument or different views, right? Someone is always like, well, I was being fair, man. I was being open and I wasn't pointing fingers, so I was in the right, right? You always have that person who's like that. In this case, I'm gonna be that person who's like that. But when I say that I was like that, I literally don't mean I was like that only to seem like I was better or to seem like I had the upper hand, or I wasn't doing that just so literally I can come back and make this video and come back to you guys and make it seem like I was that person, right? Like that civil, calm person. No, literally, I'm gonna tell you all the dialogue too, but literally in the moment of all that crap, I was being open. I was trying to stay civil, trying to keep it open flow. Okay, that's cool. You have your view, and I respect, you voicing your opinions on it. Like, that's great for anyone to do. Literally, the things I was saying. Why was I like that? Because, like, you notice, like, well, I'll say, if you're the kind of person who's like me, and you can notice, like, where certain conversations are starting to lead, and where they can lead to something completely explosive. And basically, the person you are and the person you're talking to, you're never gonna agree. You're never gonna come to a standstill. It's nothing like that. And I'm not dumb. I realize that. That's why I kept trying to, like, avoid the conversation. It's almost the 6-minute mark, but like I said, I knew the person I was talking to was very different mentally. They're not gonna understand. Um, you know, I know that just from basic experience, like basic knowledge of their persona and how they are. And then also, way back when, I think I even said this in a video, I gave them a chance to, I gave them a chance to basically prove or just show me that they actually gave a damn about, my transgender struggles and everything, and how it's actually a big deal. It's not just like silliness or, hey, here's some information. Could you possibly look up some transgender stuff? Like, there's this great person. I even gave them a fucking YouTuber. I said upper chase one. All, no spaces, but just upper chase one. They're really great for information and advice on transgender people. I mean, it would just really help me. This is exactly what I told them. This is like months ago. Months I did this. It's like, it will really help me feel like you really understand where I'm coming from, and you really understand, about being transgender and the struggles and how hard it is, because even in my mind, like, I knew he wasn't going to understand that. And most general people, they don't understand. And, okay, 7 minutes. But he had even told me, like I said, months ago, he was like, oh, I know what transgender is. It's when you're a boy and you want to be a girl, right? Or when you're a girl, when you think you're a boy. I was like, yes, yeah, you're on the right track. You're somewhat, Again, and even for me as being transgender, I have to remember, like, as being transgender, there's not just one set transgender storyline, right? Like, on Oprah, you see other transgender people all the time. They're like, oh, I always knew when I was straight, or I was always trapped in the wrong body, right? That's always what they use. That's the phrase that's handed to us as transgender people. But that's not my story, and that's not going to be another transgender person's story. You know what I'm saying? So, even like I said, months ago, when Mark gave me his decent understanding of what it means to be transgender, when he said that, I didn't harp on him. I wasn't like, no, that's not what he means. You know what I'm saying? I was open. I was like, okay, I get that. And after you watch these videos, or after, hopefully we had more open time to talk and exchange things, you would come to see that it's not just, you're a boy trapped in a girl's body, or, you're a girl and you want, right? You want to be a boy. You know what I'm saying? And that transgender people, or gender fluid people, or, whatever kind of people in the queer community as a whole, we're more than just the standard mirror that's shown on Oprah shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're more than just, what you think, I'm a boy trapped in a girl's body. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an FTM. No, it's not like that. But again, when I asked him to look up certain, I asked him, like, look, could you possibly dig into what it means to be transgender and the struggles and everything a little bit deeper? That's why I asked him that, and he agreed. He was like, yeah, I could, said it kind of simple. And I'm going to do part 3, yeah.